Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Don't get mad if a particular woman doesn't want you. This is very important because let's be real, a lot of guys get very concerned, not because overall women don't want them or that some woman isn't checking them out, but rather one particular woman doesn't want them. Indeed, when I first came out with my book, Nice Guys and Players, one of the things it said on the back of it was, are you a player who can get every woman you want? Well, every woman except the one you actually want. And I told that story before when I was doing a book signing. I was doing a book signing and this Hispanic man came up. And it was like, it was a spotlight shining. He had an entourage. You actually heard the music in your head. And it was like, he came up, he was looking thorough. He would be called a Hispanic version of a Chad by some groups out here. And he looked at my book and he said, this is who I am. I can get every woman except the one I want. How much for your book, sir? I was like, man. And that's an extreme example, but let's be real. Let's be real. A lot of guys who aren't on that level are checking out a woman and, you know, they want her for whatever reason. It could be she's so sexually attractive. She could be a very good person, but she doesn't want you. And that's what messes a lot of guys up. Indeed, a lot of guys get negatively imprinted that way. Negatively imprinted. See, our imprint is up here. Our imprint is up in our minds. And so that's why you got a lot of guys, they still messed up because some woman back in the 6th grade or some little girl back in the 6th grade didn't like them, you know? He sent a note to her saying, hey, can we, talking about he liked her. She didn't send it back. She ripped it up, or she wrote back on it, no, or something. Or, rejected him. Some guys got stood up and that messes with a guy. And, that happens throughout life because even though I say a particular woman, come on. Even some select men are going to run into a woman who doesn't want them. You don't get mad. You don't get mad. I know it's a rejection. Yeah, you wanted her and everything. And, it was like, yeah, she was fine. You were fantasizing about her. Shoot, you probably telling your buddies, yeah, I'm going to get her. And she just don't want you. A lot of times she can be calm about it. Sometimes she might be mean about it. And a lot of guys get caught up. I mean, I've seen some guys, they on that revenge tip. And, my thing is this. She just don't want you. And yeah, we all had that. I've had that. I can think of a woman now. In recent years, I mean, she was cool to me, always polite, but she wasn't feeling it, brother. And, her body, everything about her, physically anyway, was just what I liked. Even some other stuff, but just wasn't feeling it. But do you get mad at that? No, you don't get mad at it. First of all, a woman who doesn't want you is not compatible with you. A woman who doesn't want you, it will not be in cooperation to your operation. A woman who doesn't want you, if she still tries to deal with you, she's typically using you. Let me get into that part. A lot of times, a guy will chase a woman or he's showing his interest strongly. And most women got some righteous, they're going to be like, nah. And, like I say, most going to be nice about it or try to be nice. Some going to be mean about it. But the worst thing is if a man gets with a woman who really doesn't want him, but still deals with him, automatically she's trying to use him. And in fact, a lot of guys who want to lead with their wallets, they the main ones. That woman doesn't want him, but he got that money. It's like those prank videos, guy approaches a woman in the street, and all of these are staged. Let's be real with all of these are staged. He approaches her. She don't show any interest. She might even disrespect him until she sees that he got this nice car and everything. And that happens in the real world. Sometimes she might be like, no, no, no. And then he keep trying, but she found out he got money or something else she needs. And all of a sudden it's like, boom. And the guy think he did something. It's like, no, no. First of all, if a woman really wants you, she ain't gonna necessarily go up and approach you and chase you down. But at the same time, she's not gonna make it difficult. You know, some guys want to do that. Some guys think they're going to win a woman over. If she got to think about it like that, she's thinking about how she can use you. Those are the worst type of women to deal with. Like a woman who just doesn't show her interest, she's actually doing you a big favor. She's doing you a big favor. You don't have to waste your time with her. You don't have to waste your time with her. Rest in peace, Alan Roger Curry. He always talked about time wasters. You know, she don't want you. She just don't want you. It's like a buddy of mine hanging out at a club, right? This was when I was younger. He said, you know, go ask a woman to dance. She don't want to dance, right? And, you know, he said, well, Rom, you tripping over her, but these 3 other women were checking you out. See, the thing is with a man, you got to understand, I don't care who you are. I don't care how good you think you look. You know, there's a lot of handsome man game videos out here. You know, I've done some, plenty of other guys have done some. You know, it's a big thing. And the guy's saying, well, I'm handsome. How come she don't want me? She just don't want you. Understand something with a woman. There's no logic to, there's not our logic to what she wants, but you don't know that woman. And I don't care what you have. You can say, well, you know, I'm handsome. I practice body game like Uncle Rom says. I got all this money. You don't know what she wants, though. And you don't take it personally. That's the main thing. Because you got to understand there's plenty of women. That's why I always talk about a tribe. Focus on the women who naturally like you. If a woman naturally like you, she is not, like I say, she's not going to necessarily just walk up on you and be like, hey, you's a big fine man, won't you stick that thing in? You know, it'd be great. Shoot, some guys, even the top select men, like the most sexually attractive men, ain't going to get that on a consistent basis. They'll get it every now and then, but even they not going to get it all the time, you know? But a woman, she's going to have a level of receptiveness to you if she really wants you. That's easy. It's not as much stress. You're not chasing. She's actually generally going to like you. So if a particular woman doesn't want you, yeah, you can look at her. Like I said, I've experienced it. I look at her and I was like, dang, oh well. And I'm going to tell you something now from my personal experience. Every single time I've encountered that, I usually run into a better woman in my eyes anyway. So I'm like, and here's something else too, a final thing. Don't get mad at them. Don't try to put them down. They are doing you a favor. They are doing you a big favor. They're not wasting your time, you know? You want to be with a woman who is in cooperation to your operation. You want to be with a woman that simply likes you. Not trying to use you, simply likes you. You know, we ain't even get into the whole love thing, but simply likes you, who wants to get to know you, who has an interest in you. You want to focus on that. And yeah, I know some guys will say, well, what if she don't look that good? Okay, don't deal with it if you ain't feeling her or for whatever reason. But a lot of times, the woman who's going to like you is also going to be somebody who you will find attractive. Not all the time, of course. And like I said, don't worry about that. But attractive women like men too. And it's not always like the top, so-called top guy. Because in her eyes, you could be the top guy. Keep that in mind. And that is so many parts to this, but that's why I say, you build yourself up and everything. You got to feel good about yourself. So anyway, that's all I have for now. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.